What is up, YouTube? This is Josh here, Josh's Journey. We're going to try this again. I figured, I better start filming. It is March 13th. I am week, I think I'm halfway in week 4 of cutting, and things are starting to click. So I was like, well, better get some footage of how I'm feeling and my mindset and kind of what I'm doing and everything. So, um, man, for years, every time I get in a groove, I'm like, this is it. This is a good spot to start. And then something happens, I fall off, or like it just doesn't lifestyle. The lifestyle isn't mastered to where I'm progressing for like a year to cut all this weight. So I started at 355. I was walking. I saw a video on like guys, just talking about weight loss after like 10,000 steps, 15,000 steps. Pretty much just like, hey, walk more, get activity. And honestly, I was probably doing about 4,000 steps. So I was like, well, let's just start there. So the first thing I did, I was doing like 45 minutes cardio at gym, like a mile and a half, two. And then I was gaining about 7,000 steps every day. And I did that for the first 2 weeks, and then I bumped it up to 8,000. And now I'm like, I'm supposed to be doing 8,000, but most days this week I've been at like 8,500, almost, some days at over 9,000. So right there is where I'm at, Dragon Ball Z reference. Um, but so that's going good too. Man, my weight for like 3 weeks was not going down, and I was like, I'm doing everything right, or I think I'm doing everything right. Everyone has an opinion. Typically, I just do like 3 to 4 meals, all just protein, carbs. It's just meat, so there's fat from that. Ground turkey, ground beef, skinless chicken thighs, chicken breast. Probably like 8 ounces is probably the average, I'd say. Just like 3 or 4 of those a day. My snacks, I like. If I'm hungry, I really haven't been that hungry, but I'll do a protein shake. I lift at night, so like I'll do egg whites and protein powder, get like 50 grams there sometimes. This week, honestly, I haven't been. I just haven't been hungry. I was watching some videos on like for the natural athlete trying to get like zero point 0.8 per pound of body weight. So that made me feel better. That's like 240 grams for a 300-pound guy. Being 350, like I don't care. Like 250 is probably a pretty good amount of protein. I'm not too worried about like much more than that. If I get a little bit more, that's great. But I don't think it's going to hold up results. And honestly, like an extra meal to bump up to like 275, 300 grams, because I'm not just eating straight chicken breast, it just adds extra calories. So I definitely have plenty of fat to burn. I don't think I need it. So 3 to 4 meals, nice and simple. Like I do a lot of rice meals. Broccoli with that, I just throw it in the air fryer or the rice cooker, and just throw like some green veggies in. So still kind of got daylight savings brain right now too a little bit. Um, so excuse me there, but yeah, normally just rice cooker, veggies, and then I cook like at least 16 ounces of meat. Chicken I've been buying in bulk, so I'll just cook like a couple pounds and then just I honestly haven't even been eyeing it out lately. I've been weighing it like a long time, so I just kind of fit my Tupperware with it now. It's probably about 8 ounces. If you haven't, weighed your meat and stuff, that's a good habit to start though. Definitely recommend, doing that until you have an eye for it. I use the same Tupperware containers every day for work. I just bring like 1 to 2 meals. Sometimes I'm doing like a first meal at 1 p.m. And then honestly, I'll just kind of do one meal. But this week, I've been doing two, but smaller portions. Going for a walk after the first meal and then doing a second meal, and then I leave like an hour later. Um, that I think's better, honestly. So I would probably, if you can, like, I was probably shoving like 10 ounces of meat in like a cup of cooked, like a little bit less than a cup. It was like 1,200 calorie meal. So it really should have been 2 meals, anyways, probably. Or maybe like 900 calories. 1,200 is a little bit high. But yeah, something along that. And then just bumping this activity up. A really good tip if you don't know how much you're walking, and especially if you have a day, a desk job, something like that. I do. Um, if you're not actively walking, you just don't get the steps in like other people do. So that's the first recommendation I would say. Um, And what do I know, right? But hopefully, in a little bit, I can prove to you guys that I know a little bit, and I can put that application to myself, and then kind of help us both out. So, week 4, I actually, it probably motivated me to make this video. So my weight started out around 355 about 4 weeks ago, and I kept seeing like honestly less than 2 pounds, like a pound a week weight loss, and it was kind of bumming me out. That's amazing weight loss for a lot of people, but as a big guy, I'm kind of used to seeing some two. I wanted at least 2 pounds to be honest. So I had a good workout yesterday. I'm doing a 4-day split. It's like 3 days on, day off, 3 days on, just chest, tri, back, bi, leg, shoulder. So like normally my rest days now are probably like Wednesday and Sunday. So just kind of a heads up there. But finally the scale, it dropped like 5 pounds overnight. So I went like 352, which I was kind of like, man, I'm 4.5 weeks into my cut and I'm 3 pounds down. Like I thought I knew what I was doing, but hey, I guess we need to tweak some stuff. Was kind of what I was thinking. Um, and then I started kind of trying to find some videos on like I pretty much just typed in water retention while doing like increasing cardio activity, things like that. Because I have been, I pretty much doubled my steps like the last 3 weeks. And I was looking at my ankles. And I was like, man, my calves look good, but my ankles, they look kind of swollen. So I was thinking, maybe it's just water retention from like all this activity. And I think that's what it was because I was happy to see 340, 347. So um, even if that doesn't drop for a week or two, I'm like, that's okay. And that's kind of a good rule of thumb, I guess. I've heard a lot of people say, hey, wait 3 to 4 weeks of consistent dieting and then, check that scale, see where you're at. And for me, it was great. It's tough, right? Because if you do keto or something, you'll see like you can see a 7 pound water jump right away. But if you're doing a nice balanced diet, increasing your activity, having good workouts, kind of doing like a more bodybuilder style, like a nice like balanced diet. You don't see the drops, but people are, they have better luck with that for sure. So, um, yeah, I mean, so right now, honestly, life's been better. Like just the activity, just getting those steps in, I feel more confident. I'm moving a lot better, works better. I don't know if daylight savings is it or not, but my sleep hasn't been great this week. So that isn't better, but I have a CPAP, so like I do sleep good. So if you're a big person with a big neck and you snore, definitely get a sleep test. Like that's the number one. You just have to get a sleep test. You need to see because it's going to be really hard to lose weight. Honestly, I think that's kind of the biggest component to got me up to 365, 370 at my heaviest, probably. Um, just like the sleep apnea, not sleeping, like just waking up, like just constantly. Like I used to think I could never sleep, but I think I was just waking up repeatedly, sleeping in all day, and now I get 8 hours. I'm up 8, 9 o'clock, like a normal human being. So, and that's probably it's probably about going on a year now with that. So now I'm thinking like, hey, let's really get the weight loss in now. No excuses there. So overall, I'm pretty happy though. Like the gym lifts have been really good. Everyone's honestly great. Like it's a very nice. It's an awesome gym. Great community. So people are saying, hey, what's up? Things like that. So that's another thing. If you don't like where you're training, you should find a gym kind of where you fit in. And people see you there consistently. You'll make friends. You'll learn things like that. I've been lifting about like I think 15 years this year. I got my gym membership on my 15th birthday at a powerhouse, and I've been going to the same gym ever since. So, yeah, it might not look like it, but yeah, I've been lifting a while. So, but hopefully in like 15 weeks, you guys will say, I'll probably. This is a good point. People say. You get a dopamine rush from putting stuff out there. People saying, "Hey, good job! Great job, Josh. You're dieting. You lost 5 pounds. You look great." Like, and then you take a picture of yourself and you look like shit. But it you get a dopamine rush from that, and then you're not motivated to stick to the plan. You have a cheat meal, cheat whatever. Um, so I really haven't been trying to. I didn't even really want to start filming again, but I knew if I got results, this could help some people. So I kind of wanted to start documenting it sooner than later. Um, and I'm always posting like a video here or there, and then falling off again. So just wanted to kind of, if you're starting anything, new goals, keep it private. This actually is a nice motivator for me, kind of. So my mom's like just got big into fasting. She looks like a pretty normal lady. She's not that big. Like, don't picture my mother or something like some 350-pound guy's mother. She's like normal size, most people, and especially now. But she's been doing like she did an 8 or 9 day fast a couple weeks ago, and I said, hey, great, whatever. Not my style, but like a lot of people have been. That's all the rage right now is the long fast for the benefits, things like that. Um, and then I saw her last weekend, and she was I think she was on day 10 of a fast, just water, element, things like that, just sodium, and all great. She says she feels great. I thought she was kind of saying some silly stuff, but she texted me the next day, and I didn't really like talk about it, but I'm on week 3 of my diet, and that was before the weight plunge. So like maybe if I saw like I'm like, well, mom, I'm 9 pounds down doing just eating healthy, lifting hard, and increasing my activity. And she pretty much sends me like a long-winded text, which is kind of out of the ordinary, about how I should do this and I can lose 100 pounds before middle of the summer. Firstly, I don't even want to lose 100 pounds. Honestly, my goal is to hit 300 for my 30th birthday, which is August, which is actually it's a little aggressive, but it's nothing crazy. I mean, I don't even really care. It makes sense. I'm 350. Let's hit 300 for 30. And then hopefully let's not hit 350 for 35. But anyway, so like, if you're doing something and it's working, just keep it to yourself, do the work, let the results speak for themselves. And I kind of give her a pass because she is getting good results. So like, hey, more power to her. I understand why she wants to preach it. But if you're telling your son, who's like 8, like literally pretty pristine the last 3.5, 4 weeks at the time, up this cardio, done every workout, literally cooked out every meal, like that he needs to change shit, it's just not helpful for anyone. And honestly, I was like, well, like maybe she has a point. Until the weight dropped, 5 pounds last night. So I was like, oh, okay, sweet. Okay. Now instead of being, 4 pounds down in 4 weeks, I'm like 9 pounds down in 4 weeks, 8, 9 pounds. So like right on track, that 2 pounds a week. So yeah, moral of the story, just stay in your lane, even like close friends, families, everybody has an opinion. Don't do keto, do keto. Do paleo, don't do paleo, do carnivore. My cousin lost 200 pounds on, celery diet. And they all mean good, but it's not helpful. You just need to stick with one thing and do it. And if it doesn't work, you try something else, but you got to give it 100%. My big thing, and I know damn well what it is, I will do everything right the first 5, Monday through Friday. Friday comes around, pizza on Friday night. Saturday I eat at 2 p.m. some crap meal, get workout in. So anyways, taking the weekends off pretty much. I mean, that's 2 days, 2 of the 7 days a week. So you really have to diet through the weekend, especially starting out if you're a big guy or girl, and you want those results. So it's huge. Like, you just have to accept that. And with the balanced diet, it's not even hard. I've kind of, I haven't had like the craziest social life in the last four weeks, but if I wanted to have like 3 beer, a couple beers, I could definitely fit that into my calories. So not that I'm really tracking too specifically. I just kind of have the same meals every day. I know the weight's going down. Same kind of structure. feeling my body. If I'm really like dying, I have no problem eating cottage cheese from the kitchen, from the fridge. So like, but I'm not gonna go eat any kind of bullshit, like any kind of processed stuff, especially in place of a real meal. So um, I know it's kind of just a long rant. Maybe just do a flex. I hit chest today. It was a great day. They had Ronnie Coleman playing. He was also doing chest on the video on the TVs. So I was like, all right, let's put a couple plates on some of these machines and lifted pretty heavy, but just like a front bicep or something. Um, yeah, I mean, obviously a belly, but for 347, I'm sure there's worse shape. So, and also I might kind of joke on myself, but you really do want to be I actually self-deprecating humor. I love. I use it a lot. But you really do want to be your best friend. And if I was coaching myself, Josh, you did a great job. You've done your cardio every day. The pedometer, 7,000 steps a day, 8,000 steps, 9,000. Every day since you've started, you've had that activity. Your meals have been on point. You've prepped all your meals. You haven't gone off that at all. And then, like I visited my grandpa on Saturday. I made a turkey burger at his house. Like something relatively on plan still. Calories were just as much as a normal meal, maybe a little bit less protein, but in no shape or form was it messing up my diet. So that's important, and that's kind of why it's nice to just shoot for 40% protein, 40% carbs, 20% fat, something basic like that. Tried and true, and then really just monitor your activity. The first week, the second week, man, I thought the steps were going to be tough. My body was not like used to walking that much, even though it's only 7,000 steps for me is like 3 miles. So for a lot of people, that's nothing. For me, it ended up being a walk at lunch, a 20-minute walk before I lifted, and then sometimes I'll do like 10 minutes after just to get the 8, just to finish off steps if I need to. But honestly, most times I don't even need to now. I built it in the day, and it's been a great habit. Stan Efferding talks a lot about those 10-minute walks after meals for digestion and insulin sensitivity. So definitely like my first meal of the day is right before my afternoon walk. So all that's great. When I work from home, even it's more important to get those walks in compared to I work in Detroit a couple days a week, so I get a lot more steps in naturally that time. But I still take steps in the afternoon after my lunch to make sure I'm hitting those steps. And honestly, I hope I do like get up to a comfortable like 12, 13,000 steps. But obviously that's, diet's the biggest role. So like if that doesn't fit in your schedule, that doesn't need to be the case, but slowly it's ramping up and I'm feeling good, athletic. And then, maybe, I get a little bit lighter. I can even start jogging, things like that. I mean, I can jog right now, but I just don't see a point. I'd rather just ramp up the steps and then start jogging when I need more steps for the time I'm willing to allow. That's a good, if I can't afford more than an hour of cardio throughout the day, well, you better start jogging to get, more steps in. So, obviously, that's kind of basis goal, depending on what you're trying to do. But anyways, long-winded rant. It's March 13th. I'm like 347. Just wanted to get something out. Hopefully I can, keep going with this and eventually show you guys some real good results. My tricep was looking good there, though. So, I mean, that even, maybe one more time. We'll see what's up. So honestly, it's probably just the tattoo helping out a little bit. But yeah. But thanks, guys, for watching. And, hopefully we'll have another update soon here. And just keep plugging away on your goals, and I'll do the same. Thanks.